Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We have yet another Alpha 3.23 PTU patch. Inside Star Citizen this week looked at some of the updates coming to Arena Commander and its game modes. There was also an apology from CIG for the confusion caused with the Overdrive event. Star Citizen Alpha 3.23.0, new patch on the ePTU. The focus is now stability, performance, bug fixing, as well as general 3.23 features and gameplay. There isn't really anything more expected to be added to this patch. Maybe a new vehicle. There's been rumours about the Mirai Pulse, and CIG have been teasing handlebars and bits and bobs about a vehicle recently, and because it's Fleet Week soon, doesn't look like a combat ship or vehicle, it's likely to come in 3.23. And obviously they'll keep combat ships and vehicles for Fleet Week later in May, and there may well be some surprises in the patch as well, so bear that in mind. But it's looking like it's going to open up to more PTU waves later for this weekend, in my opinion. Hopefully to open PTU, but almost certainly to a wider audience, whatever. I'm thinking that CIG are still aiming for 2nd of May for the initial 3.23.0 live release. Now, we also know that there is a 3.23.x series of patches or patch that they've got a load of features in, including the cargo updates, the persistent and personal hangars, the freight elevators, the item points that you can use to manage your gear around points of interest or landing zones, cargo hauling missions, and the ability to change the modules in the Retaliator, which is also being brought up to gold standard. You can expect other stuff as well to be integrated in that patch, including like a better Vulcan experience, all that sort of stuff. In this latest PTU patch, they buffed and polished lots of stuff. So distribution centers, levels of detail, performance, lighting, and audio had a polished pass. They adjusted the distribution center populations to be more focused on civilians rather than security, for the most part anyway. They now allow you to cancel the swapping of master modes at any point. Dynamic crosshair hit markers have had a sound polish pass. They've added Vulcan Reshade to the easy anti-cheat whitelist, so it doesn't come up with a "you are cheating" warning or anything like that. Further server performance optimizations have been made, as well as network performance optimizations and water simulation improvements. They've put in further updates to help smooth out all NPCs jittering, which is always welcome. Anything that improves this sort of experience of desync or jitter. They've made further updates to the control images for 3.23, so hopefully everything should match what's on the keyboard and your controllers and everything with what's actually happening, and you don't look at the control layout and go, what's going on? None of these buttons are actually what they say they are. There were tons and tons and tons of bug fixes for this patch as well, like loads and loads of crash fixes and loads of little improvements. From the known issues as well, they've started to remove and make dents in those known issues. Distribution centers especially had a lot of focus, so ASOP terminals can now be used again and actually grab your ship lists, and hangars are no longer missing their collisions for incoming flight traffic. So that patch is getting into a much better state now. Obviously they are trying to push it for live ASAP, but open PTU will happen before that. I'm very interested to know your experiences with Alpha 3.23, such as it is whatever mode you've been playing, whether that's the engineering or Arena Command stuff or Persistent Universe stuff. Talking of Alpha 3.23 and Arena Commander, Inside Star Citizen, Commander Gander looked at some of the additions coming to Arena Commander in the new 3.23 patch, including new racetracks, 5 new racetracks in fact, the skyscraper for Area 18, this is ported over from the Persistent Universe basically, obviously they have made some changes. Kaplan's Circuit is on Orizon, this is a long straight course, the Dunlow Derby on Orizon, this is an evolved community challenge map. Lorville Outskirts around Hurston, this is the first map they had set up with streaming tech, it's a mining facility. There's also the Stanton Pyro jump point. This is a map where they wanted players to keep switching between nav and SCM modes. There's Miner's Lament as well, that used to be just a raced map, which is now available in all flight modes, like Pirate Swarm, Vandal Swarm, stuff like that. A big focus of the show was talking about engineering and that experimental mode that's in 3.23. It is worth people playing this. Maybe wait until it's in live because they're still sort of developing the modes out. There's 3 modes for this engineering experimental mode. There's a 1v1, I say 1v1, one A2 versus another A2. So 2 A2s battling each other. and you can have up to 6 players on each of those crewing those ships. So the idea here is to repair the damage and fight. They are looking at times to kill and damage done to components, player injury, engagement length, ease of repair. Tons of metrics are being gathered there. And you've got a basic engineering gameplay set, so you can actually repair the components. You can do some stuff with the engineering consoles and reroute power. Well, I say reroute power, turn stuff on and off. And there's also another mode, 1v6, which is an A2 with up to 6 crew against up to 6 Gladius. The idea here is to test different weapon loadouts and penetration against shields and components and how swarms deal with versus larger ships. They have some temporary penetration values on energy weapons as well for data gathering, but this isn't necessarily intentional. How does this compare to the A2 versus A2 combat? That's the stuff that they're trying to work out here. How does the matchup work? Does the A2 win eventually in attrition because it can repair? How do experienced crews compare to experienced fighter pilots? There's also the ability to try this out in free flight. You basically can spawn a range of valid ships, but basically it's the A2. That's the main one for the engineering gameplay and all the components, so you can run around the ship and go, I now know the layout of the ship much better and where all of the fuse boxes are, because basically there is a limited functionality with the engineering gameplay at this stage. You can do basic repair of components. The UI for the engineering console allows you to turn items on and off, and you can see where things are on, off, or broken or whatever. There's limited power management systems, balancing battery and power generation with the turning stuff on and off. You'll want to learn where components are and the relays are, and how to quickly replace fuses too, because those relays break, basically go, your shields are down, and the goal of the game mode when you're fighting against the A2 is to blow up the A2. There's loads more that is going to be going on in the future, more pieces to that pie, but also there's going to be energy and coolant management, stuff like that, and the spreading fires and all that sort of jazz. They also have added custom lobbies into Arena Commander. Previously, this was private matches. These have various custom settings now, and CIG will take recommendations for other variables to expose. So ask them, tell them, I want this in Arena Commander. Streaming tech is now available for them to use in Arena Commander as well, which means lots of new maps and game modes will be with us in the near future. Voice over IP is being enabled. Your character is now used in Arena Commander from the Persistent Universe. With that in mind, be sure to create a character and then log in to the Persistent Universe before jumping into Arena Commander. Otherwise, you have infinite load screens and stuff like that sometimes. Gun Rush has had weapon list updates, and you'll see different lists used throughout the patch. Pirate Swarm has the javelins that turn up at the end, replaced with 2 Idrises. They have made some team balance tweaks to try and keep friends on the same team as well when they do that balance stuff. Some new sort of achievements and awards. If you reach level 25 in Endless Vandal Swarm when the patch is live, you'll get the new Vandal Aggressor badge, and the 99th Test Squadron badge is available to people that play every experimental mode throughout 3.23. There are a few more things coming and some surprises too. I saw a little apology on Spectrum from CIG about the confusion with the Overdrive initiative and XenoThreat stuff. So there's been some confusing statements about 3.23, Overdrive, XenoThreat, the awards, what exactly is going on with all of this. They basically reiterated that for completing the first 5 phases of the Overdrive event, you get the F7A Mark II upgrade and rental. That's an award you get for completing the first 5 phases that people originally knew as the Overdrive Initiative event. Then also for completing the XenoThreat Dynamic event after that, after 3.23 goes live, you'll get the XenoThreat Armor Reward as well. So it looks like if you complete all of the phases, 5 from Overdrive, and then the technical 6th phase of Overdrive, which is the XenoThreat event, you get that armor. And yeah, they're now under all of the same umbrella. XenoThreat is now part of the Overdrive event and is the 6th phase. People refer to them as different things, kind of, because obviously we had XenoThreat first, and they've only just added the Overdrive stuff. CIG said there was an internal communication issue which led to a lot of confusion, but this has always been the development plan. We've taken steps to prevent this from happening for dynamic events again. This is on us, and we are sorry for the confusion. I've covered all that confusion in more detail in another video already, if you are interested. Lots of people just saying, why don't you just have a Confluence page? Bam, then everyone's on the same page. And it was just devs and some messaging being a bit confused about all of this. But that sort of stuff's going to happen even when you have a central repository for all information, which I assume CIG actually already do. Also, there does appear to be plans to change how patch notes are written up and available to us. Wikipedia said on the Spectrum chat, probably going to move away from Spectrum for live notes as well. Will be a quick list of features and known issues with a would you like to know more to the main notes. Still will do all the PTU notes here though. I think this is an efficiency thing where they don't want to have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of Spectrum posts because of how giant a patch notes is. They want to go, well, let's link to an actual page with it all on in a neat format if you want to know more, but this is the sort of summary of them, which would be up on Spectrum. Anyway, that's it for your updates today. I'm interested to know on your experiences with AVA 3.23. Are you really enjoying that? Are you hating it? Are you having terrible problems? Are you loving the engineering gameplay? Do you think that this patch is going to be coming to live by the 2nd of May? Or do you think I'm mad? Have you been playing in that Overdrive event? Remember, you only have a few days after 3.23 goes live to finish the first 5 phases of Overdrive if you want to get the rewards for it. As when the XenoThreat event launches properly, the 6th phase, the previous phases won't be available. Thank you very much for watching, and whatever your thoughts or questions are, please chuck them in the comments below. Welcome to Jurassic Park. You want to see the wonders of the internet and protect yourself online? Come to Jurassic Park with the link nordvpn.com/BoredGamer or click the ones below. They do move in herds. Nord was so preoccupied whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Not only do you get big savings with that link, but also top-tier encryption and servers with no limits or borders. I want to be from sunny old England. I don't know why I'm doing an English accent, I am English. Or on the Isle of Newburgh, where the Jurassic Park set, then you can. You can be a clever girl. But remember, you didn't say the magic word. I can't remember any other Jurassic Park quotes. Get NordVPN today. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For April, we're giving away a Hornet F7C Mark II, that latest medium fighter. It also comes with lifetime insurance and a game package, so you can play Star Citizen, bam, just with that. It's all you need to play. And if you get involved with the Overdrive Initiative missions, you may be able to upgrade that to an F7A Mark II. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. Every video is effectively another chance to win. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video, and thank you so much to the people that support the channel and go that extra mile with the join button under my videos, giving a little bit each month. They get some exclusive content and badges and help shape the channel a little bit, but also help allow us to make a video pretty much every day. There's also Patreon for people that are interested in that. Any of the affiliate links below my videos help support the channel, but so does commenting and liking and subscribing and sharing these videos too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.